Ever looked at a mountain and wondered what secrets it holds? Some of the world's most beautiful peaks are actually sleeping giants, volcanoes that have shaped our planet with their immense power. Today we're journeying back in time to understand what historical eruptions can teach us about the potential threats we might face in the future. Let's start with a name you might know, Vesuvius. In 79 AD, this volcano looming over the Bay of Naples erupted with catastrophic force. It wasn't a slow lava flow. It was a pyroclastic surge, a superheated cloud of ash, gas, and rock that raced down the mountainside at hundreds of miles per hour. It buried the Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum in an instant, preserving them in a tragic time capsule. This event showed us that the deadliest part of an eruption isn't always the lava. The speed and heat of pyroclastic flows are a primary threat, something volcanologists today monitor with extreme precision. The lessons from Vesuvius directly inform modern evacuation plans for cities like Naples, which still sits in the volcano's shadow. Now let's travel across the globe to Indonesia, home to the most active volcanoes in the world. In 1815, Mount Tambora unleashed the most powerful eruption in recorded history. It was so massive that it ejected an enormous volume of ash and sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere. This wasn't just a local disaster, it had global consequences. The particles formed a veil that circled the Earth, reflecting sunlight and causing global temperatures to drop. The year 1816 became known as the Year Without a Summer. Crops failed from Europe to North America, leading to widespread famine and social unrest. Tambora taught us a crucial lesson. A single massive eruption can dramatically alter the global climate, affecting food security and economies thousands of miles away. This is why scientists today use satellite technology to monitor volcanic plumes, understanding that what happens in one part of the world can impact us all. Just a few decades later, in 1883, the world heard the loudest sound ever recorded. It came from the eruption of Krakatoa, also in Indonesia. The explosion was so powerful it was heard over 3,000 miles away. But the immediate blast wasn't the only danger. The collapse of the volcano into the sea generated colossal tsunamis, some reaching over 100 feet high, which devastated coastal communities on the islands of Java and Sumatra. Krakatoa was a harsh reminder that for island and coastal volcanoes, the threat of tsunamis is just as significant as the eruption itself. Today, global tsunami warning systems like the DART system are a direct legacy of disasters like Krakatoa, designed to give coastal populations precious time to seek higher ground. Let's jump to the 20th century. In 1980, Mount St. Helens in Washington State, USA, gave scientists an unprecedented opportunity to study a major eruption with modern technology. For weeks, the volcano had been showing signs of activity, with earthquakes and a growing bulge on its north flank. Then, a massive earthquake triggered a gigantic landslide, the largest in recorded history, which uncorked the volcano, leading to a lateral, or sideways blast. This sideways explosion flattened forests for 230 square miles. Mount St. Helens provided a wealth of data that revolutionized our understanding of volcanic processes, particularly the dangers of flank collapse and lateral blasts. It underscored the importance of comprehensive monitoring, using everything from seismometers to gas sensors and GPS to track the subtle changes that can signal an impending eruption. More recently, the 2010 eruption of Eyjafjallajökull in Iceland showed us a different kind of modern threat. The eruption itself wasn't particularly large by historical standards, but its location, directly under a glacier and beneath a major transatlantic flight path, caused chaos. The interaction of hot magma and glacial ice created a plume of very fine, abrasive volcanic ash that was spewed high into the atmosphere. Worried that this ash could damage jet engines, authorities grounded air travel across Europe for weeks, causing massive economic disruption. Eyjafjallajökull demonstrated how our interconnected, technology-dependent world is vulnerable in new ways. It's not just about immediate physical danger. Volcanic eruptions can cripple global supply chains, travel, and commerce. So, what do these stories from the past tell us about the future? They show that volcanoes are complex and multifaceted threats. The danger isn't just lava, it's pyroclastic flows, ash clouds, climate change, tsunamis, landslides, and even economic disruption. Each historical eruption is a case study, providing invaluable data that helps scientists refine their models and improve their forecasting abilities. Today, volcanologists use a global network of sensors to create a planetary health check on our world's volcanoes. They look for ground swelling, changes in gas emissions, and tiny earthquakes, all clues that magma is on the move. While we can't predict the exact moment an eruption will occur, this constant monitoring allows us to issue timely warnings and create effective evacuation plans, saving countless lives. Understanding the past is our best tool for protecting our future. The sleeping giants will wake again, but by learning the lessons written in the rock and ash of history, we can be better prepared to face their power. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through time. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science that shapes our world. Let me know in the comments which historical event you find most incredible. Stay curious and see you next time.